What's good, everyone? My name is Nick Engvall. I talk about sneakers on the internet, and in 2026 I'm doing that full time. And today I want to talk about Substack because I'm trying to build the sneaker community on Substack. Last week I actually asked for some feedback across a bunch of different platforms to see what I should charge for Substack, and well, it was a little disappointing. I got a whopping 0 responses. There's a lot going on in the world. I don't expect people to pay attention to what I'm doing, to be honest. I'm just thankful that a number of you do, especially those of you that are subscribing on Substack and on this channel. Those of you that have left comments or likes or feedback of any kind. It's super encouraging when I have that. It's a little discouraging when I don't, but that's also trying to learn how to become an independent creator after 20 years of working in the sneaker business, where most of the brands that I worked with, I didn't even have to worry about engagement because we just had it. People wanted to talk about sneakers. They wanted to engage with whatever we were creating. And of course that comes along with the big businesses, the big creative people, the creators, the YouTubers, the influencers, the podcasters, the videographers, photographers, all the people that I've worked with throughout the years. It's kind of an unfair advantage that businesses have, and I'm realizing that that is not what I have right now as I try to figure out how to do this independently. But I've got a few things lined up. I talked at length about them in the last video, and maybe I was a little long-winded, and that's probably why people didn't respond or didn't get a bunch of views or whatever. I'm still learning the YouTube thing. I'm pretty confident that my Substack, thesneakernewsletter.com, is one of the better sneaker content focused, one of the better sneaker focused newsletters on Substack. But I also wrote a piece about how many people are talking about sneakers in various ways and all of the different kind of tertiary angles that sneakers come across, which is what I love about sneakers. In this room, I have a wall of sneakers. On that wall, I have a bunch of car stuff because I have a podcast called Cars and Kicks, and there's a lot of crossover between cars and sneakers. And that'll be back soon. For those of you that know, Eric and Jacques and I will be back this year at some point in the near future, I think. But we just got some stuff we got to work out before we move forward with that. Anyway, back to Substack. If you're not on Substack, I know that there are a lot of things. There's ways to find negative things about literally every platform out there. There's a lot of news out there right now about TikTok and the new owners, and I am in the process of deleting my accounts. I've got a couple of them deleted. I had a handful of them, so I'm making sure that I save any of the videos that I want and then deleting them. But you have to do that one at a time. It's a long process. But man, the terms of service that you agree to use TikTok after the change of ownership should definitely be looked at closely by anyone who uses TikTok. I put a little of this on my Substack notes, but it's just not something that I want to be a part of anymore. So I'm really encouraging people to get on Substack and talk sneakers with me. There's tons of people on there. It's been really awesome to build the nearly 1,200 subscribers that I have on the newsletter, almost 70 paid. It's bananas, and I'm so thankful to all of you that have been supporting me through this new journey that I'm on. I feel like, I don't know what a midlife crisis is supposed to feel like, but I feel like breaking free from always having jobs in the sneaker business and writing about sneakers, and I have a book now that's in the works, and hopefully that will turn into multiple books. But the podcast going with Sneaker History, I'm bringing back Outside the Box, which the name may change. I'm not 100% sure. This YouTube channel, I'm just bringing it all together to create, hopefully, what I can do completely independently. That doesn't mean that I won't have sponsorships and partnerships and work with people, because really that's the only way I'm going to be successful at this. But Substack right now is where my focus is. I write 4 newsletters a week. I asked in the last video if I should charge $10, $12, or $15 for that. I think I'm going to go with 12. I'm just going to trust my gut and you can basically get a year for $129. I feel like that's a fair price for what I'm doing, and yeah, hopefully you agree. If you don't, feel free to give me an idea. Leave me a comment, whether that's here or message me if you don't want to be making comments publicly. I totally understand that. We've got a lot of people that read the newsletter from, the various brands and agencies and stuff. And I'm not trying to expose anybody or anything like that. I was actually thinking about these YouTube videos because I initially said that I was going to put people's names in the YouTube videos, but I don't think that's actually something that people value. But if it is, let me know, because I will start to put your name in the video if you want it in the video. But I do think that I need people to kind of almost like give permission for that. I don't want people to feel that their professional career is being exposed because they subscribe to this channel or subscribe to the newsletter. So that's where I'm at with it. I'm gonna just trust my gut, go with the $12 a month, $129 a year for paid subscribers, and then the pro level will be $199, which will be like the deep dives, quarterly kind of research level output, kind of research paper level kind of ideas. And I really want to like figure out how I can do that with people too, so I can bring in some of the other creators or the other people that I've worked with throughout the years that are out there that could bring some value, that maybe I could convince them to work with me on something versus having them, out there doing their own thing or working for a brand or whatever. I think there could be some interesting partnerships on that side of things that would be really fun and give some insights from some people that are kind of insider knowledge, firsthand knowledge of a lot of the things that I write about, talk about, and a lot of the stuff that I care about sneakers. So hopefully you're staying safe out there. It is absolutely bananas in all sorts of ways right now. So be safe, look out for each other, and tell someone you like their kicks today. Catch you in the next one. Peace.